Hello, beautiful people. I have been guided to come on here and channel this message for those of you who need to hear this right now. Life is simple, it's just not always easy. That's a motto that I use quite a lot. And I think when you hear this message, it's going to help you get through some of your challenges that you're experiencing and give you an understanding. Because once we understand what's going on, we can kind of face anything. That's my personal experience for me, and working and running and setting up pain clinics, that well, not if, when I found that I shared my insights and the path of freedom to people, their pain would reduce. Physical, mental, emotional, you name it, relationship. Pain is pain. It's all the same fucking thing. And yeah, I've been called to share this channeling. So when we're suffering, it's because we're resisting. And when we're resisting, it's because there's a wound inside of us that is trying to get our attention. So what does suffering, what does resisting, and what does wounds mean? Suffering means that you are perpetually thinking and obsessing. You're overwhelmed, you're anxious, things are spinning in your head, your thoughts don't stop, you become obsessed. That's suffering. Feeling trapped in a situation or circumstance and not seeing out the other side is suffering. Trauma is when a fear has become realized. So you have a fear and then it plays out in your life and you go, well, that's fear's real. Then it becomes a trauma in the body. And we've got to clean this stuff up, and we've not been taught how to do it. We have to clear suffering. We have to clear traumas. We have to allow emotions to express themselves fully, or they become blocked and trapped. And that's what creates dis-ease. And disease is an accumulation of dis-ease in the body. The mind and body are not separate, they work together. And when they aren't in communication and in agreement with the same goal, it creates immense amounts of pain and suffering. So what happens is many of us are functioning from here, and the body is a complete slave to whatever is going on in here. So the body is just holding on to everything that the mind is not willing to deal with. So for example, you may, I've got that many, I've got that many experiences of my own and from my clients. I'm just gonna see what comes in. The first one that comes in is a story about myself, and I can feel one from my client coming through as well, from a client. So the one about the journey of addiction, I had an addiction to painkillers for a period of time because I didn't want to feel the pain. That simple. Didn't want to feel the pain, and these painkillers allowed me to escape how shit my life was. So I created a coping mechanism, and that's what the coping mechanism was. And it's okay. I took responsibility for it. It's like, okay, I see it for what it is. I accepted it. But obviously, I couldn't find a better way of dealing with it. That's okay. And then I started to stack evidence that I could actually face this fear and I could actually overcome this pain. Then I started to wire my brain and believe it. And then I started to know it because evidence was just everywhere. My pain was reducing, I was feeling better, I was getting stronger, and against all odds of what I was told on by the medical community, I was healing profoundly. And I went through that process. And do you know what? When I accepted responsibility and accepted the whole situation, it actually wasn't that difficult because the suffering is in not taking responsibility, not willing to see it. The suffering is where you're not accepting it. You're not accepting your situation, you're resisting it. And when you resist something, it won't go away. It will just keep coming and coming and coming because it's trying to get your attention and saying, you can't resist this anymore. So the body, beautiful, amazing, incredible body, listens all day, every day to what the head is saying to it, what the mind is saying, and it's going trauma, fear. Oh, that's fine, no resistance, and lets things go, holds on to things. Whatever the mind doesn't deal with, it's dumped into the body. Then the nervous system becomes shot. And what that means is you become hypervigilant and you're nervy and you're anxious and you feel like this all of the time because the body's going, "Oh, I'm done. You need to do something about this." And mind just keeps dumping its shit and someone needs to clean this shit up because I've had enough and I can't do anything about it because I need you, not your mind, not your body. I need you. I need you to sit and observe and give me time and attention so that I can actually tell you what's going on. But most of us don't know how to communicate with our body because we've not been taught. And why would we be taught? A lot of money in pain. There's no magic bullet. There's a path, and I've just talked you through the path. You got to do the work because it'll just come back again and again and again. You can go see a healer and they will give you some respite for a while. They'll help you without a doubt. That's what the role of the healer is. But if you don't take responsibility and accept your situation, then they're just another band-aid solution. And you hear everybody going, you've got to get to the root cause, you've got to get to the root cause. The root cause is that you're not taking responsibility for your life, all of it, because it's not fucking easy to do. It isn't. It's not easy to do. It's really not easy to take responsibility. And it sounds easy. It sounds so easy to do, and it's not. Because each day you find a way that you're not taking responsibility once you open it. And that's okay. Because once you know the path, once you follow the steps, it gets easier and easier. And wow, pretty incredible, the payoff. Now, you can walk away from this training and you could have got something from it, which is perfect, which is incredible. And it may be just something that you needed to hear right now. And you might not need to do anything with it. That's perfect. Tune in, find out. You need to start navigating yourself and taking responsibility, not waiting for people to tell you what to do. So I'm going to give you some options. That's option one. Option two is if you go down into the notes, there's a link to an ebook, which is the 6 steps, which I just spoke about, but in more detail with all of the steps. And that's free. And that gives you a roadmap to help you out. It's really good and it gives you some reflective questions to help you take responsibility. As I said, it's not easy because we've not been taught it. So this teaches you the beginning stages of it. Your third option is to hope for the best. To hope for the best. And the third option, you might not know. You might not know if you to do the 6 steps. You might not know if you're not meant to do anything and you were just meant to listen to this. And it's just to sit with that. And I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm meant to do. That's okay too. Yeah. So one, you know that you was just meant to listen to this. There was just some message in here that you needed to hear. Two, you've been guided here so you can get the book and start on your journey and start taking responsibility. And number three is just simply to sit there and feel and go, you know what, I don't even know what I need right now. And that's okay. And forgive yourself for not knowing what you need to do. Because sometimes we just get lost and we have to just sit back and accept that we're lost and be okay with it. So if you found this video interesting and helpful, help get the message out there because there's going to be a lot of confusion that's going to be hitting us in this world in the next few years. We've got to help one another. Yeah, we've got to pull together and help one another. And if someone needs to hear this, if someone's name pops in your head, share it with them. Add them in the comments, whatever it is, however it is. If you resonate with the message with me, whatever that is for you, then subscribe so that you get these videos. There's not only me who uploads videos into this channel, because I believe that there's not just one voice that you should listen to. And yeah, and if you found this helpful, it'd be really, really great if you could like it, because YouTube seems to like it when people interact. So please help us get this message out there. This information should be free. It should be free. And the 6 steps, and that's why I give so much information away for free, because we should have been taught this. It's been taken away from us, it's been hidden from us. And fortunately for me, going through my journey, it was channeled to me. All this information came through. And if you don't know what channeling is, it's I'm accessing a higher level of consciousness, just like a radio tuning in. I'm tuning into a frequency that takes time to tune into. For some people, it's a natural gift, and it seems to be a natural gift for me, which I've had since I was a young child, where I get access to information that most people can't. And this information came through, and it said you need to live by this, and you need to share it with the world. And that's what I'm doing. So thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, looking forward to seeing your comments and just hearing your stories of how you're going. I'll also drop in a link to my chapter in a book that I wrote about my personal journey of what I went through. A lot of feedback that I get from people who read that is it gives them hope, profound hope, that no matter how fucking lost you feel and scared, there's someone out there who is paved a new way, and you can too.